Rise up. Welcome to Rise Up Radar, where we keep the Falcons on your radar. Thank you for joining me, Stan Parker, for another episode. Let's have a ballin' show. There is hope. There is hope for the season. Yet, do not lose hope, Falcons fans. Do not lose hope, Rise Up Radar fans. It's your boy coming at you for another episode. I was supposed to record this week, but my life got crazy. Had to take a kid to the hospital. Just all kinds of wild things, and I did not record this week. So this is my midnight recording for your game day morning podcast listen to before you watch the game. So in this episode, we're going to take a look at the three things that I saw that the Falcons did well in the previous game against the Seahawks, which I think there were some positive things. So we're going to dwell on the positive things. Obviously, there are a plethora of negative things that need to be fixed, but to get you pumped up for Sunday, for today's matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, we're going to focus on the positive ones. So one of the three things that I saw that encouraged me was no one got hurt. I mean, there was no major injuries in the list. A couple of people went down just for stingers and being winded and everything else. But last week against Seattle Seahawks at home, no one got hurt. So if we could continue that trend and James Carpenter started the game. Hennessy came in and played a couple snaps. Kind of like a rookie report card again. That number one, AJ Terrell had a solid day. Had a pretty solid day. That's what. Okay, so number two is the rookies played. They played, and the rookies played pretty well. So that's a number two thing on my list of, hey, things didn't all go bad. So rookies played well. AJ Terrell played solid, had 6 tackles. Marlon Davidson did not play, but he looks like he will play against Sunday, so that's a boost against the Cowboys. Then there was Matt Hennessy played some snaps at left guard in relief of Carpenter, which was good to see, development there, and it's trending towards him being the left guard if we can't stay in the same path here. And then who else was there? Michael Walker played some snaps. And I don't think Jalen Hawkins didn't play any on defense, but he played some in special teams. And Hoffrichter started. So I think that's all of them there. So that's the rookies played, and the rookies played decent. There was no glaring, oh no, we picked the wrong guy. So that's always a positive thing. Number 3. I've actually got more positive things on my list. I've got them on my list, and number 3 is we got 3 sacks. We got one from Grady, got a sack and a half. Dante Fowler got a half a sack. Tack got a sack. So that's 3 sacks on Russell Wilson. Really hard person to sack. I know he was holding the ball a lot to try to get out to his playmakers, but all in all, they count. They don't ask you how, they ask you how many. So they got 3 sacks, and if they could continue that trend, which they've been known to do against the Dallas Cowboys, one of my favorite games of all time was when Adrian Claiborne had a career day against Dak and the Cowboys, and he got 6 sacks on the day. So hey, we'll take 6. We'll take another 3. I mean, this 3 sacks of Dak Prescott would be cool with me. So that was a positive thing that happened against Seattle that we hopefully roll over into Dallas. We're just trying to get you pumped up for the game today. All right, what are we on? Number 4. Number 4 Yeah, I wrote this down earlier in the week, and kind of just life happened, and I wasn't able to get into the booth and record. But the Falcons played good against the run because I'm sure you've heard about it all week. Listen to the radio or reading the articles that you read that the Falcons basically came out and admitted that they only planned to play Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks against the run. They only planned to play them against the run. So that's why Russell Wilson was able just to sit back and on a lot of snaps, sit back and carve up the defense. He only missed 3 or 4 passes all game. So, I mean, they got 3 sacks on him for sure, but like he was able to sit back there and just pick apart the defense. So, Raheem Morris hit a soundbite. I don't know if this was of a coach just letting too much information out into the media, or if this is a common thing, or he's just the first person who admits it. I don't really know, but he admitted in a press conference that they just planned on them running the ball the whole time, so they devoted most of their efforts stopping the run. And then when Russell Wilson dropped back to pass a bunch, they weren't ready for it. So the positive out of that is they planned well against the run and executed, because he only had Chris Carson, I think his name was. He only had 75 yards rushing, so around there. So that was positive. And then another positive that I've noticed was, we're on number 5. Another positive, we're just going to quit number them. I'm just going to spout off everything I think was positive during the Falcons' loss to the Seahawks, because there was some positives that you could say, like, hey, we did this well, and we're going to take that, and we're going to build on that. So, I'm trying to get you excited, and because there's a lot of Debbie Downers out there right now about the coaching staff, or whether or not we should move on from the coaching staff, and there's a lot of people just adding fuel to the fire. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to, we're going to live in Realville, we're going to live in reality, but we're going to put some positivity into this. So there were hardly no penalties. I remember last year and the year before and a couple of years back, it's been a trend, in my opinion. I don't have any data to support this right now. I guess I could go look it up, but the Falcons have been pretty terrible discipline wise, as holding, jumping off pre-snap penalties, and penalties just altogether. So to see them have a pretty clean game last Sunday against the Seahawks was encouraging, even when you're down a couple scores. I mean, because this thing was tight till halftime. We're talking, 3-point differential at halftime. You hung with them till halftime. That's another positive thing. We missed an extra point. That hurt. So, and we had 4th down execution problems. So, I mean, they were a couple plays away from being right back in this thing and being able to pull one out. So we're just gonna dwell on the positive things, and I'm sure you know about the negative things and Russell Wilson going crazy and all that. So those are there was 4 or 5 positive things that I saw from my seat in my living room that like, you know what? Hey, we're going in the right direction. We got some decent pressure. We got some sacks. We played fundamentally sound through penalties and things of that nature. No one got hurt. So, hey, we're going to take that. We're going to roll that all up into a ball, and we're going to run to the Cowboys with it. So, today, I got some keys to the game today. While you're sitting on the couch, you'll be thinking about these. We need to continue with the pass rush. We need to trend with the pass rush. Get Dak Prescott off his mark. He is a mobile quarterback. He does like to run and extend the pocket, but just stay on him. And I would say, so that's number 1, pass rush, and number 2 is kind of goes along hand in hand with the pass rush, and I think it has to do with a fundamental style too that I don't know if they employ enough, but they need to blitz more, because Right now, the fronts that they are running, sometimes they run 3, sometimes they run 4. The fronts that they're running right now aren't getting home enough, aren't moving the quarterback off the mark enough, giving your the back end enough time to cover or throw it away or make a play. They're not getting pressure enough. So I would like to see maybe bring a safety down and blitz. I don't care how you blitz, honestly. I'm not going to tell you how to blitz. Bring Neal on a blitz or whoever's the most successful on a blitz. Maybe Denard. I think he has some experience blitzing in the past, but I would like to see somebody in the box that's not usually in the box as a blitz package and be able to get after the quarterback that way. Get creative of getting Dak Prescott off his mark, because I don't think Dak Prescott is as good as a quarterback as everybody else thinks he is. Me and my boy Todd Brooks had a pretty good conversation about that if you want to check that out on another episode. But I'm not really high on Dak Prescott. Now, Zeke is a dude now. Zeke is a man, and he is a very good running back, and I am definitely fearful of his abilities because when he gets rolling, he is very talented. So, but Dak is overpaid and overrated, in my opinion, and that I think that you can exploit that today on this wonderful game day Sunday. Rise up. And another key to this game coming up is O-line protection. They've got a pretty good defensive line. They showed that on week 1. The Cowboys do. This is going to be a good test. Matt Ryan, you need to keep his jersey clean. So we just need to keep learning. Like I said, Carpenter played most of the snaps. Hennessy got some snaps in there at left guard. Jake Matthews have a good game. Everybody, he was a little banged up during the week. Everybody get up there, stay healthy. Let's have a good game. Offensive line production. That's a key to the game. I'm looking at if that can happen, the Falcons have a good chance of taking one on the road and getting their first victory of the year on the road. Number 4, I think we're on. Number 4, key to the game for me is slowing down Zeke. I will say it, stopping Zeke. Zeke is a very versatile guy, very versatile running back. He could run it between the tackles. He could stretch it out, run that stretch play, and he could catch it out of the backfield. He is a true bell cow back, and if the Falcons game plan for him as good as they did against Carson, swarming to the ball, not letting Zeke beat you, and putting it all in the arm of Dak Prescott, I think they stand a better chance of beating them as the other way around, taking away from Dak Prescott to make Zeke beat you. So, obviously, you still want a game plan for Dak, and I don't think Raheem Morris is ever going to really live that down. Kind of lets you behind the curtain there, and I think that may have been a little bit too candid. I don't know, but hey, tell the truth, man. The Falcons have a thing on Mondays. They watch film together, and it's called Tell the Truth Monday. You got to stand and present. Hey, this coverage is blown coverage. It was my coverage. I zigged when I should have zagged. That kind of thing. So, hey, maybe it was just a Tell the Truth Monday, and no one told Raheem Morris it didn't count against the media. I don't know. So those are my 4 keys right there to Sunday's victory against Dallas. Pass rush. Let's get 3 more sacks. Let's get 4 sacks. Let's get 5 sacks in the game. Number 2 would be blitz more while getting pressure on Zach. Let's blitz more. Let's make them play a faster game. They'll let him sit back there and have 3 seconds to throw the ball. Because when you give a quarterback 3 seconds in the NFL, I mean, freaking Matt Leinart can look like Johnny Unitas back there. So let's not do that anymore, because the Falcons do have a history of having 40-year-old quarterbacks not named Tom Brady come in and just whip you. Matt Hasselbeck, I'm looking at you. And then blitz more, O-line production of keeping their defensive end at bay. Also, too, making holes for Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley had a pretty productive day until halftime, and then they abandoned the run because they were down a couple scores, and they just said, you know what, we're not running it anymore, and we're going to keep his legs fresh, I guess, and we're going to just throw the ball 100 times. and get 3 receivers. The Falcons had 3 wide receivers go for 100 yards. First time in 2 decades that's ever happened, and they lost. So Julio's going to get his. I don't think they have an answer for Julio. That's going to be a key to the game as well, is that they don't have a real answer for Julio. Their answer for Julio would be a pass rush. So if Matt Ryan can stay up, Calvin Ridley's becoming a number 1. So you got to double somebody. And if it's Julio, which it should be, Calvin's going to be open. So the pass game, I think, is going to eat again today. Whether or not the defense can hold water, that's what we're going to focus on. And then slowing down Zeke is number 4. Crowd the box, make his day tough, make him earn all of his yards. Don't let him have the explosive plays. Watch him out in the backfield. Put somebody good on coverage out for him. I think they should run some more man. I don't know if they have the personnel for man, but that soft zone is really killer sometimes in the NFL because they get so exploited. You just find a soft spot, you can sit down, and anyway, those are my 4 keys there. And then here are 3 things that we need to avoid. The Falcons being 3 things the Falcons need to avoid to get this W on the road against the Cowboys this week, or today, actually. They need to avoid getting behind 2 scores. They showed last week that they are not good at, I don't think many people are, but not good at coming back and still playing balanced. When they get down 2 scores, they kind of just abandoned the game plan and just said, Matt Ryan, you just throw it 100 times to see what we can get. And so that caused the coaching staff to be more aggressive, which is good, but the aggressive 4th downs had a good trick play dialed up, but had a fumble and all that stuff. But the main thing is don't get down so much that your game plan goes out the window. So stay ahead of the chains. Avoid becoming predictable. So whenever you get down, whenever you get into 3rd and, once we're in 1st, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, you become predictable. Hey, they're going to throw it. Or they're just going to camp out at the sticks. So if you stay ahead of the chains, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 2, then you could get creative and really throw your playbook out there. So avoid getting behind early. So the first one was stay ahead of the chain. Second one was getting behind early. And then 3, we talked about this a little earlier, and this is kind of just a, general thing, but let's avoid it this Sunday. Let's not have any turnover on downs. I like that Danny Quinn is sticking to his guns, that he said he's going to be aggressive, therefore he is aggressive. But sometimes you just take the points. You got a pretty good place kicker. Young Wei Koo is on my fantasy team. Shout out to Young Wei Koo. Last Sunday, if Young Wei Koo was able to kick in your traditional spots, that's 6 points right there. I know he missed an extra point. But you take your 6 points and run, take your field goal and get them next time. So if you're gonna go for it on 4th down, which seems like it's gonna be, he's gonna ride with that saying until he gets fired or whatever, then we got to dial up some plays that are high percentage plays. Not no plays that's gonna cut half the field and cut your field in half of having to make spectacular plays to convert this 4th down. So if we're gonna go for it and be aggressive, which it sounds like we are, we got to dial up some plays that have high percentages. So those are my that's just my thoughts right there on 4th down conversions. But number 3 of things to avoid was getting turnover on downs. All right, so to recap, the keys to Sunday is pass rush. Let's get a pass rush going. Let's stay solid on offensive line. Use a balanced attack. Slow down Zeke and bring more pressure with blitzing. So if we could do those things and avoid getting behind and getting predictable, I think we put ourselves in a good spot to get ourselves the first W, the first win of the year. Start our winning streak off. It starts with 1. Let's go Falcons today. Let's beat the Cowgirls. Rise up. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Rise Up Radar. If you like what you heard, go ahead and subscribe, rate, and review. And if you have any questions, if you have any show suggestions, go ahead and drop them in the comment section. And thank you for listening again. And until next time, rise up.